Sound check, 1, 2. Hey, what's up everyone, Danny here. It's really difficult to buy graphics cards right now. It doesn't matter whether you're looking for new, used, current gen, previous gen, high-end, entry-level. All of it's really hard to find at the moment at a fair price anyways. If you wanted to build a gaming PC but you couldn't find a graphics card, is it worth it to just go ahead and pick up the rest of the parts and use the system as is? This would be temporary, of course, because the end goal would be to eventually get a graphics card to put in there. But if you chose to do this, you would need a CPU with integrated graphics, and assuming you got one of those, the system would be good for, you know, basic browsing, the internet, consuming media, maybe some light video and photo editing, but the limitation would definitely be in the gaming department. So I did some live benchmarking with integrated graphics to show you what you can expect, and I also want to share my thoughts on what it's capable and what it's not capable of. So yeah, in this video we're going to check that out, but first a quick word from this video's sponsor. Amazon product reviews are pretty much garbage. I rarely look at them anymore because it's mostly bribed reviews or people who leave 5 stars just for the product showing up. I've recently started using a free browser extension called Lustre that helps me get information that I need before making a purchase decision. I'm talking about trusted, in-depth reviews from well-known sources that we all know in the tech community. These are sources that I've already been using for years, except now it's automatically gathered and organized for me. It also recommends similar products and groups them up at different price points, so I can make the comparison myself and choose what's best for me and my own budget. I really like it, and I think you will too. You can learn more about Lustre by clicking on the link in the description, and if it seems useful to you at all, you can give it a try. Thanks for checking it out, and now let's get back to the video. Alright, so to give a brief overview of the system we're using, this is something that I showcased on the channel previously with an RX 5500 XT in it, but for this video, we're going to be running all the games on the Intel UHD Graphics 630, which is part of the i3-10100. Here's a quick summary of the build. All these parts or similar equivalents can be found pretty easily, brand new, and it should cost a little over $400 for everything. This is pretty much primed and ready for a graphics card when you do eventually score one down the road, but for now we're using it with the integrated graphics. I chose the UHD 630 because I think it's one of the most popular iGPUs at the moment. Intel has used these since the 8th gen core CPUs, and we've seen them in the following 9th and 10th generation processors as well. Anyone looking to get the 11th gen Intel chips with the updated UHD 730 or 750, or a Ryzen APU with either Vega 8 or 11 integrated graphics, you would get better performance than what I'm going to be showing, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of showing a worst case scenario of everything I just talked about here. During the gameplay, be sure to keep an eye on the average 1% and 0.1% FPS metrics, which will be reported in real time on the screen. Those are going to be the indicators of how smooth the gaming experience is. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the performance. We're going to start with Firestrike. I think more people are familiar with that when you do look at a computer for like gaming purposes. And we're averaging 5 to 6 FPS. Same story here. 5 FPS across the board. Average 1% and 0.1%. Hey, look at the CPU test though. Look how smooth that is. That's what's going to be carrying the final score that we see in the end. Hey, we got above 1,000, 1163. Look at that physics score, 11,000. Yo, this i3, it's great if it's paired with the graphics card. But yeah, our graphics score and combined score is pretty low. Firestrike is a pretty demanding test, and it is a 1080p test. So we're going to be running the games at 720p. So that should help out. So yeah, let's move on to the first game. So first up, we have CSGO, which is a pretty old game, should be pretty easy to run, and everything's set to pretty much low. I did keep 2 times MSA on so that we do get a little bit of smoothing of the edges because we are playing at 720p. So we're averaging about the mid 70, high 70 FPS. I would say this is very playable, but then again, I'm not a pro, or I'm not even remotely good at CSGO. So if you're someone who requires like hundreds of FPS, then you're probably not going to like this experience. But then again, I'm not sure if you have a choice if you are considering integrated graphics anyways. But yeah, CSGO checks out. We're good to go. Are there bot matches in Valorant? We got basically everything on low. No anti-aliasing. I'm guessing this is auto-detected because it was the first settings when I came in. So we do have 720p. I'm going to play at 720 just because we're trying to get them high frame rates.
One enemy remaining.
Down.
Yay! Where are they at? I can't see because my map. My map is being covered by the Reva Tuner stats. That was a lucky shot. I thought I shot my teammates. Look at that. 114 average FPS. 82. Oh no, we lost. I think that was game.
Attackers win.
But
One enemy remaining.
yeah.
Last
Valorant,
player
very
standing.
playable on integrated graphics. Alright, next up we have League of Legends, and I'm just gonna play a co-op versus AI game. Videos. Oh! We're actually at 1080p. Okay, we're at medium graphics, 1080p. But we're just gonna try this out as is. Okay, I'm gonna start the benchmarking just to see the numbers. We're averaging 88 FPS with about 70-ish, 1% lows. This should be, as expected, this easy to run. Gotta stun you guys. Oh, no, 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 no. Big towers hit me. Oh, jeez. I got booted in by All-Star. But through all of that, we're maintaining pretty good, healthy, average 1%, 0.1%. So I would call League of Legends a success. So we are in Rainbow Six Siege now, and I'm playing the practice mission Lone Wolf. I basically have everything set to low, and then the render scaling is set to 50. Off the bat, you can already see we're in the mid 40s, so we're not going to have too high of FPS on this. Maintaining that pretty well. The 1% and 0.1% are above 30. We're not getting any frame dips or any noticeable stuttering. So we're just going to bust in here and get into the action. Did I just kill somebody by accident? What was that? Huh. Looks like I killed this guy accidentally. Yeah, just... I mean, we're engaging in some gunfights, and... the FPS is very consistent. It's not the highest, so like if you're a very competitive player... I just died. If you're a very competitive player that's used to like 144 FPS, then it's not the ideal situation. But I think for playing on integrated graphics, I would say it's playable. Let me know what you think down below, but I mean, that's Rainbow Six Siege for you. Next up, we have Grand Theft Auto 5. We're going to be playing online. Basically, lowest settings on everything. Here we go. In my electric car. Yeah, driving around, it's pretty smooth. I definitely would say this is a playable experience. Let me see if I can get some cops to come. At 720p and everything at low settings, I think this actually looks pretty good. It's not the sharpest, but I mean, for integrated graphics, this is a very playable experience. I can enjoy this. I don't think the lower resolution or the graphic settings being turned down, or playing at an average of upper 30 FPSs, I don't think that's taken away from the experience at all. This also isn't like a competitive shooter or anything, so you can afford, you know, slightly lower FPS. The only thing that would detract from the gameplay is if it was like micro stuttering, or if there's noticeable frame drops where it was freezing for split seconds at a time. But no, I would say Grand Theft Auto 5 online is a success. Next up, we have World of Warcraft, probably my most played game of all time. So we're averaging like 100 FPS, but every once in a while, yep, it freezes for literally like half a second, and then we're dropping down like one FPS. We're running at 720p already. Okay, I'll lower this because I just care about a 60 FPS experience. We'll set that to low. But okay, look, we're looking better now. I wonder if capping the frame rate helped too. I'm gonna go out to one of the zones and fight some mobs, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, because in a big city, usually you can expect some of the worst performance there. I'm curious if we can up this to 1080p. At classic settings, we'll restart the benchmark. Yeah, we're running easily at 60 FPS. I think this actually looks really good, and this is super smooth. We're not getting any frame drops. Pretty consistent 60. But yeah, WoW Classic, very playable. can kite and do everything. Alright, so we are in Apex Legends right now. 720p. Make sure all this is low. And we're good to go. Oh, there's somebody in here. I'm gonna die so fast. Come on. No. Jeez. Why so fast?
You got bamboozled. Look at you.
I bamboozled them. But I gotta run. Holy crap, I almost died. But let's see, we're looking at 30 FPS average during that encounter, and 20 FPS 1% lows. The dips aren't horrible. This is the definition of barely passable to be rated as playable. Like 30 FPS average, 20 FPS 1% mins. Bamboozled! Where's my teammates? Oh, there's 2 people here. Yeah. It's definitely not the ideal experience, of course. 30 FPS is, you know, somewhat kind of low. 60 is what a lot of people aim for, even on budget systems. But, I mean, what can you say? We're on integrated graphics. Next up, we have Fortnite. So we're going to do max view distance. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to low everything else. Put the render resolution down. Let's put it to 75%. I'm going to apply that. Fortnite at 720p with lower render resolution and all low settings looks pretty bad. If you're trying to play Fortnite on integrated graphics, I think you're going to have a pretty bad time. Just looking around, if we're getting frame dips to like 9 FPS. Well, Fortnite would not recommend on integrated graphics, even with, where are we at? Resolution scaling to 75% and 720p and everything low. I wonder if it's the view distance. I'm going to set that just to low, and we're going to see. It's actually not too bad now. I'm going to up the cap to 60. Okay, I'm going to reset the benchmark. So, I might have to take back everything I just said, because with the draw distance down, it's actually feeling pretty smooth. Setting the cap back to around 60. We're not seeing too bad of dips. Oh, nah, it just dipped to 15. That's pretty noticeable when you're going from 60 average. Ooh, getting in this boat and just starting it up. We dipped down to all the way down to 12. I felt that one. He knows how to build, and I have no idea how to build. But 17 FPS dip. Not too bad. Still averaging 55. Oh! Alright, I got him. But, oh, there's another person. Maintaining 27 FPS on the 1% low. No noticeable stutters or frame drops so far. Relatively smooth here. I would just say I'm pretty lucky. What am I trying to do? Drink your potion. Alright, yeah, by the end of that, after that gunfight, no noticeable frame dips. I think just overall, you can't rely on luck to, you know, not run into any frame drops. You want to be confident in your system's ability to give you a smooth experience. And with Fortnite and integrated graphics, I just don't see that happening. So, cannot recommend. Let's move on to the next game. Oh boy. Valheim. I don't think this is going to run well at all. But we'll see. Yeah, we're going to turn everything down. We're going to take all this off. Alright. Here we go. Sitting at like an average of 27 right now. I'm feeling it. It's not the premium experience we have going on here. But let me go to my base, which we have this pyramid longhouse. Oh, once we go inside, yeah, we're with the fire and stuff. We're dropping. Got my wolves here. We're dropping to like 15 FPS, which is pretty bad. I'm just gonna sleep real quick to make it daytime. Then we can go exploring in the plains. Alright, was able to take one down and maintain. Oh, when that explosion happened and he dropped all his items. Ooh, that was a bad frame drop. We dropped all the way down to 2 FPS. And I felt that one. That was the worst drop, I think, of any game so far. That was pretty bad. Valheim is pretty unoptimized. I would hope that as they develop the game more, it would only get better. So we'll have to see. And last but not least, Cyberpunk 2077. I don't expect this to do well at all, but we just have to throw it in here to wrap up the testing, just for fun to see how it does with the low texture quality. Yeah, this all is as low as possible. There we go. We're averaging 6 FPS, but it is a constant 6 FPS. I mean, this is just a horrible experience overall. I'm curious if we can get even double digits on average if we kept lowering the resolution. So we're gonna go down to 1024 by 768. It doesn't help that much. We're averaging 7 now. So we got 1 FPS average benefit from that. Across the board, because the 0.1 and 1% lows are also about 1 FPS better. But yeah, this is bad. But yeah, that's Cyberpunk 2077 for you. And that's going to wrap up all the games that are being benchmarked. As you saw, the performance is heavily dependent on the title being played. There are a lot of people out there who only play lighter games like CSGO, League of Legends, and even myself too not too long ago. I was playing strictly classic WoW for a while, and I would have been perfectly content with integrated graphics. It's not that hard of a game to run. But I really want to hear what your thoughts are on this. Would you be able to get by with integrated graphics as a temporary solution, whether it be for like a few months or half a year? Or would you just rather wait until everything stabilizes to build a system, however long that may take? No one actually has a good prediction as to when prices for graphics cards will return to normal, if it ever will. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what everyone thinks. But other than that, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I want to thank you all, as always, for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you down in the comments, as well as in the next video. Bye.